All right, so for this quick little tutorial video, I'm going to show you guys how to create just a quick little poster using Adobe Spark. So you're going to go to spark.adobe.com and you'll get this page right here. Now, if you have already logged in or have your school account, you can log in right here, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. If you don't have your school account, you can actually use your Gmail account. You can use Facebook or another email you have. Adobe Spark is free. You just need to log in to use it. But I'm going to use my school account, and the reason I do that as well too is because anything you make in Adobe Spark under that email is saved under that, so I can always refer back to stuff. So I'm going to type in my email. It's already there since I've used it before. And you'll see it's my MPSAZ. So you'd put in your email at students.mpsaz.org and you click continue. And then it's going to give you these two options. You're going to click on a company or school account and it should log you right in. So you're logged in through your school account. If that doesn't work, like I said, just go back and log in with an email and use your school email account, and that'll work as well. And then you'll come to this home page where you've got some options. And what we're going to do is we're going to create an Instagram post. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And if you remember from the assignment, and I'm going to click over to the assignment real quick, you can see what we're making is a little mini poster with these little graphics, these little elements to it. So the name of the art style, the art movement or the artist, the time period and location, 3 bullet points that highlight the style, the movement, the artist. So what are some key aspects to it that are really important to it that make it what it is? 3 to 5 photo examples. I have on there you must credit your images, but I found this is to be really difficult in this. You can't really zoom in and see things. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that as one of your options on there. So you just need to have 3 to 5 photo examples. So they could be pictures of the artist. They could be pictures of the work that has been done if you choose the artist. If it's an art movement, you can choose 4 or 5 different pictures from that movement. It doesn't have to all be by the same person. And same thing with the art styles. And then the font, you should try to represent the style as best you can. I know you can be a little limited on fonts, but you don't want something that says like Art Nouveau and then you pick some like graffiti style font. Like it just doesn't fit well. So try to pick something that you feel like best fits that art style or art movement or the artist that you're representing. Okay. So what you'll start with is this blank little square. Okay. And you've got some templates to work with, but I would skip those because you're just going to spend more time editing a preset template than actually creating what you want. So what I would do to start with is you click on this little plus sign here. It says add, and then you've got some options. You can add some text, you can add a photo, an icon, or a logo. You're probably going to stick within these 2 things right here. And I'm actually going to show you, here's an example of one I made. And this is from an artist, Kendi Wiley, that I really love his style. I love his artwork. He is not someone we talked about, so I just wanted to make a generic one so it wouldn't be something that you guys would be making. But you can get the idea of I've got the artist's name here, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 images. 1 is of him, and then 3 of his works. And then I've got my 3 bullet points that represent talk about his work. And you can see the style. He's a contemporary artist. He's still alive today. So I went with something a little bit more fun with his name. But then I had this nice kind of fancier text that's more of a serif font and it's a little bit thicker that kind of matches the floral kind of regal design in the background. So that's kind of how I tied those together and made sure to choose a font that fits that. So I'm going to show you how I created this real quick with some of the features. So I'm going to start with text. I'm going to click on text and you can create a template. So for his name, what I did is I used this preset. I'll go ahead and click on that and it kind of puts it right in there. And then what you can do is you can click on the edit button and then you can edit the name. I'm going to do it all caps. There we go. Okay. And you can see it's got his first name is in that empty, kind of like the outline stroke, and his last name is the full. Now, I'm not really big on those colors. It's kind of hard to read that. So you'll see here you've got some options. You've got primary and secondary. So my primary is this cream colored, and the secondary is this darker color. So I'm going to click on primary, and then I'm going to click color over here to the right. And then this little says current colors. I can click on that little swatch and I can change the color. So I'm going to change it to this dark blue, and then it changes that look right there. And then I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to secondary, same thing. I can switch the colors, right? So right now it's got two colors. There's a background and a foreground color, and I can switch it, or I can just change it myself too. So I'm going to change it to that color. That's a little bit different from the original design that I showed you guys, but I just want to give you a quick overview of what that looks like. And I'm going to go back to this, and then these little dots in the corner allow you to resize it, and then you can rotate it if you'd like to as well. And then I can move it to wherever I'd like. If I want it a little bit wider, so if you want it to look like that, you can adjust it however you want. So I'm going to leave it a little bit more. That looks really cool. I'll leave it there for now. Okay. Now you can see in the background, before I had an image, right? So if I go to plus, and I'm going to add a photo, I'm going to upload a photo because I had a folder. I created a folder of images that I really liked. Let's say I want to use this image as my background image. Okay, I'm going to click on that, hit open, and I've got two options here. I've got pin to background or move freely. If I want to make the whole background an image, I would click pin to background. Might take a little bit, but then it's just set there and it blows it up and it fills that. And I think you can't adjust it. So it is what it is. So I don't like how that border of the frame is on there and all that. So I'm actually going to kind of get rid of that. What I actually did is you can put a background color in there, but that background color I want to get rid of as well. So I'm going to add an image photo, and I think I went to find free photos, and I put fabric pattern. Because if you look at his paintings, he has these really cool fabric patterns that go in the background. So you can search for images that are free that'll help you out. Maybe you just want like a cool background image. And that's the one I found right there. And I'm going to pin that to the background. And there it is. So now I might have to go back and adjust my colors a little bit again, just so I can see. Oh, there, just go to color and change that color. Go to the darker one. So now it's a little bit easier to see. So I've got that look there. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add another photo, upload my photo, and let's say I'm going to do that portrait. And this one I'm going to click move freely. So it's going to be a little bit smaller. It allows me to move it around anywhere I want. I can resize it. So this one, move freely, is nice. You can, if you wanted to have a full background, you can do that, but move freely allows you to do some different things with it. What's really cool about this as well too is now I can flip it. I can crop it. I can have some opacity. So if I want it to be a little more transparent, I can do that as well. The order right now, this is kind of interesting. Right now it's just 1 and 2 because I've got this 1 and this text is 2. But you can actually change the order of things and move things front and back. So if I want the image in front of a text box, I can do that. So that's what order means. You can crop your image, or this is really fun too. And this is what I did with mine. Is it a shape crop? So you can have a specific shape. Maybe if you want it to be in like the bottom right corner, right? So this one's actually in the upper right corner. Do I have one of those? I don't. Wonder if I can flip. No. Wonder how I flip and rotate. I don't know how to do that. So I don't know how to flip and rotate that. If I click it again. Nope. Don't know. It would have worked nice, but I'm going to go with circle for now. And then I can just kind of move the image down a little bit. And then I'll hit the enter button. And now I have a circular crop shape for that. And then I'll kind of go up kind of right at the top there by his name. So that's how you can crop images with different shapes. And then I would do the same thing with the text. So I'm going to click a new text box, and I can do add your own. And by adding your own, you just type in what you'd like. So one of the points that I made was larger than life sized paintings. So his paintings were huge. If you've ever seen them in a museum, they're like 3 times the size of a normal human in terms of the height. So there's my text, right? Now it's the outline because it was that primary text. So I'm not really liking that too much, but I'm going to go to color. I don't like how it's outlined. It's not letting me change. I'm going to go to, yeah, like this color. There we go. But now I'm gonna add a secondary color. So sometimes you have to do this. The primary color, for whatever reason, it keeps jumping to the outline part. And then the secondary color, now it fills it. Do you notice these two little white half circles? If I grab those and pull it, it now fills everything with the secondary color. So now I can go to my secondary color and make it more of what I want to use. So maybe around that, like that color right there. So I can adjust that now. Oopsie. Control Z just undid that move. So now I can resize that. I can shape that to whatever I want and then move that around if I need to. So it's really nice to kind of do that. Add that together. And you can change the font right here. It's a different font styles that you feel like better fit what you're looking for. So this would be cool to kind of sift through there and see what we have or what's available to you. And all I did now is just went back and I went to add and then photos and then put in the different photos and then added text and moved it around. Let's say you like this text that I have created here. If I click on this, a real quick shortcut is this button right here is duplicate. I click on that and it just makes that same box and then I can edit that and then change it out to something new. And then hit done. And now it's changed that. So that way you can have consistency between all of your bullet points that they all look the same. Okay, so that's really it. And then when you're done, you're going to click this Share tab and you're going to click Publish. And then it's going to create kind of a link here. And what we are going to do is we want to create a link. And then we want to copy this link. Okay, and then what we're going to do is you're going to have a Padlet page, and we've done this before, the concrete poetry. You're going to go to that Padlet page and you're going to paste that link. You're going to click on the plus symbol on the Padlet page, create a new comment, and you're going to paste this link there, and it's going to show up with your image. And then you're going to follow the rest of the instructions on there, which was to go through your peers' work, look at all the work that they did, the different posters, and then choose 2 of them that you're going to write some comments on, give some feedback on their design. So that's the quick, simple way that you can create a poster with very little design experience through Adobe Spark.